Hello, my name is Iman Abubakar. I'm a final year student at Oxford Brookes University. I've studied ITMB. I just completed my course in ITMB, Information Technology Management for Business. I've done a project on e-learning in developing countries, and I've focused on my country, Nigeria. Along with the project, I have designed a system, a proposed e-learning system to support education in Nigeria. I have used a school in Nigeria to come up with my requirements for this system. Like I said, this project is about e-learning in developing countries, identifying challenges, discussing wider issues such as the social and economic impact of e-learning. And I've also tried to make some suitable recommendations on how to improve the quality of education using technology. I've developed a system called STUIS. It's an e-learning system developed specifically to suit the needs of Nigerian secondary schools. The web-based virtual learning environment is tailored to support the learning process of students between the ages of 14 and 18. The aim of the project is to develop a flexible e-learning system that will improve learning opportunities within high schools in Nigeria and foster positive effects on education in Nigeria. I have witnessed and experienced the impact of technology on education. When I was first told I had to do a project, I started off thinking, well, how do I use all the knowledge I've gathered to make a difference in my country? Because I want to go back and I want to see things differently. I want to see people do things differently. So I started off thinking, how do I use the knowledge I've acquired here to go back there and make a difference? And I thought of the educational system, and that's my motivation. That's why I chose to do this project. The main problem in Nigeria is lack of quality education, and then lack of technological learning resources, which contributes. I find it interesting because it is an area I can continue to explore for years to come and potentially build a career on. So that's why I was really interested in looking into this. So like I said earlier, to get the requirements, I went to my secondary school in Nigeria. I met with the Dean of Studies, and we sat down, we had a conversation, and that's how I came up with the requirements. I asked the questions about, because it's a school where they have e-learning, but I'm trying to be politically correct. It's a school where they have e-learning, but they don't really have a system. There's no procedure. They've got all the resources, they've got the computers, the Wi-Fi, everything to make it work, but there's just no system available to them. So I went there and we sat down and conversed, and that's how I came up with my requirements. And having been there myself, I had an idea of the things they would require, so that was very helpful. During the course of my project, I found that educational institutions are heavily invested in ICT tools to meet technological demands of today's world. And improvement in education could also help with the overall GDP of the country. So it's really just the way to go. Yeah, some of the main issues in Nigeria are just lack of proper policy implementation, lack of skills, lack of resources, lack of technological confidence, and lack of motivation. So in the course of doing my project, I've tried to identify ways we can address these issues, and also in building the system, I have taken into consideration the lack of skills in the country and how to go about addressing this issue. So this is the background. Basically, the mission of the system is to inspire and support schools to take positive action so that the education of every child is enhanced by good access to and use of learning technologies. When and okay, so the system I ended up coming up with has the following functionalities. So a student is able to view their subjects, see, view the list of subjects and read notes basically on each subject. And read their notes. The teachers design the contents and these students go on there and they have access to it from anywhere, even after class hours. The students are able to search for their teachers. They're able to view their timetable. The teachers can set up homeworks and the students get to see them and set the deadline, the details of the homework, everything regarding the homework. Also, they're able to read latest news from I've streamed this from one of the most current Nigerian news websites. So it streams live, and yeah, it just keeps the students up to date with what is going on in their country, and they just get to know and important dates and the clubs and societies there. So these requirements are based on the day-to-day activities of normal secondary of the school I went to talk to. Obviously, there are many ways I can improve the system, but I had a short period to do the project, and I also appreciate if I could get any support with technical skills to improve the functionalities of the system. I also have other functionalities I would like to include to the project eventually as time goes by. And so I'm filming this project just a month after 236 girls have been abducted in a secondary school in Chibok, Borno, in my country, Nigeria. And it's an area where not many schools, like not many girls are going to school to get education, and the mission of this project is to impact the lives of people, to improve the quality of education in the country in general. And my dream would be to my dream would be basically to improve, to impact the lives of the less fortunate people. And because I've come here and I've seen people, it's not really about what you have and what you don't have. Everyone has access to the same quality of education, and that is basically just what I want for my country, to improve the quality of infrastructure and just invest in the right places, like education. I think that if the people that are doing this damage were educated, if they knew, they will not be doing what they're doing. If they had education, if they were simply just educated in any way, they would not be doing what they're doing, because regardless of how you look at it from a religious view, whatever view you're taking, it's just simply wrong. So it's not more the girls, it's just more the people that are doing this. If they were educated, they definitely wouldn't be doing this. The girls are in school, they're doing what they could do, you know, that's what they have, and they went to school. Now, hopefully with events that have occurred in the past and events that are still occurring, we see the need to invest more in education in our country, and I will appreciate any sort of support, either through investments or skills, to help develop my project further and hopefully affect the lives of people, a lot of people, and give them the opportunities I have. The mission of this project is to inspire and support schools to take positive action so that the education of every single child is enhanced by good access to and the use of learning technologies when and where they need them. So regardless of what kind of school you're in, how much you pay, how much you don't pay, you deserve access to good quality education, and even better with technological resources. So thank you for listening to me. To contact me, my email address is ms.i.abubakar@gmail.com. Abubakar is Abubakar. Thank you.